Jimmye, what made me know that he was going to be a great head coach, going against him, and he was on offense, I was on defense at the Citadel. We always seemed to move the ball against people we were playing against. So I gained a lot of respect for Jimmye during that time.
I've known Jimmye since he coached at Newport News High School in the early 70s. And lo and behold, I had no idea that later on in our friendship that he would hire me at William & Mary. And it's because of the opportunity he gave me that I've had the great career that I've had.
Well, I think for all of us who have played for Coach Laycock, when we hear his name, there's a lot of things that come to mind, but the biggest thing is respect and admiration for the program that he ran. Such a successful program for so many years. Not just the results, but because of the way he ran the program and what it taught us as players, the lessons it taught us that we carry now with us the rest of our lives.
I remember Coach Laycock gave me my first full-time job. I was coming from Virginia State as a part-time assistant and all that, and Coach Laycock hired me as a defensive line coach in 1991, and I was with him from 91 to 94. So I also remember that being a coach for Coach Laycock, there was a high demand on the way you coached the players, how you taught them, the information they received from you, that it needed to be shown out on the field. So have taken those things with me throughout my career.
I knew one thing for sure. I knew that playing for Jimmye Laycock, that I would never be done learning. I truly believed that he would feed me as much and as quickly as I could eat. And so I found that to be the case. The quicker I learned, the more I absorbed, the more he would feed. And I think it really helped me grow as a quarterback, as a player, but also as a person.
When we first got here, I mean, the program was in bad shape. And in fact, the NCAA scholarship limit was 95 scholarships. And at that point in time, we were still in Division 1A. So we should have been given 95. We gave out 43. Any piece of equipment that was handed out to you was probably 10 years old. And we had one quarterback for the spring game. And that guy's name was Chris Garrity. And I think Coach Laycock, and the kind of leader he was, developed Chris into one of the best quarterbacks I've been around. And, you know, I don't want to sound egotistical, but I've been around some good ones. And this kid was as good as any of them, with his toughness and character and everything that was emulated to him by Jimmye.
You've been such a blueprint for me, not only professionally, but personally. How you conduct yourself, how you lead men. It's always been an inspiration to me.
Coach's impact on me and my career, my life and my career, I should say, almost go hand in hand. He's taught me so much through the years of how you hold the position of a head coach, how you handle adversity, you know, what it takes to be a great head coach and to be a great leader. And so I can't thank him enough, and I'm just extremely grateful to have been around him.
You know, what he did is ridiculous in terms of wins and accountability and student graduation. I mean, it's as good as it gets. And for a guy to have done it 39 years in one place is incredible.
I think he's been every bit as impactful after graduation as he was while I was there. His door's always been open. He's always been accessible, always supportive. Pretty much every Father's Day, I give him a call to wish him a happy Father's Day. Not that he ever sought that role in my life, but I respect him that much and respect the relationship that I've enjoyed with him over the years that much. He's a very special individual, and I will forever be grateful for Jimmye Laycock.
Coach, just wanted to tell you thank you. Appreciate all that you've done for me and my coaching career, and having a chance to come back here and be part of your alma mater and be part of the rich tradition that William & Mary football has.
I'd be the first one to say congratulations to the new Hall of Famer, William Murray, Jimmye Laycock. Proud of him and fortunate to be able to call him a great friend.
Hopefully you enjoy this evening, man. You smile a little bit, maybe even laugh. I wish you nothing but the best and another congratulations.
Coach Laycock, I can't tell you how proud of you I am and how deserving you are of this recognition. And I'm just so thankful for you, thankful for your influence in my life, not only as a coach, but as a friend and in a lot of ways a big time mentor for me. So I love you, I love your family. Congratulations.
Coach Laycock, Jimmye, my buddy, congratulations on being inducted into the William & Mary Hall of Fame. Congratulations, my friend.
So, Coach Laycock, I just want to say on behalf of myself, every quarterback that's had the opportunity and privilege to be shaped by you, every player that's come through your program, I want to say congratulations to you and welcome you as the newest member of the Hall of Fame at William & Mary.
Jimmye Laycock. It's all downhill from that. That was pretty special. That was pretty special. You know, I've had the opportunity to do this a few times, not very well probably, because sometimes I forget to recognize people who I should be recognizing before I start telling all my funny jokes and all that kind of stuff. But I got my family here. Deidre's here. My daughter Mimi with her fiance. And Michael with one of my granddaughters, Everly. But I also want to welcome, I got so many former players here. I got trainers here. I've got former teammates that are here. I appreciate seeing them. I see fraternity brothers. Those are the old guys you see in the back there. They wasn't in the same fraternity with me, but they're here, came down. And I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all the support staff, the people who have been at William & Mary over the years, whether the trainers and the administrators, the physical therapists, even the radio guy. In 1980, I guess that's when it was, when I took over this job here. And, in case you didn't know, I was the third choice for the job. The first two turned it down, and they didn't have any money to bring anybody else in for an interview, so they gave me the job. And but to me, I look at this Hall of Fame situation kind of a little differently, is because I'm not a player, I'm a coach, and a coach, you're only as good as the people around you, the players, the coaches you're with, and all that. They do the majority of the work. So I kind of look at this as 39 years of celebration of William & Mary football, what has gone on at William & Mary football. Not what I did, but, heck, I was told, a very famous head coach told me when I got this job, he congratulated me, and he said, go up there and coach like you're going to be there forever. And then the first chance you get the hell out of there, But fortunately, over that period of time, and coaches, we've learned this, you got to have the support of the people above you to be successful. And one of the real reasons that I have been here as long as I have has been our administration. From the presidents on down. Dr. Graves hired me. Paul Burkow came in, and then Tim Sullivan took over. Gene Nichols, Taylor Reevely, and now Catherine Rowe. And the thing is, I still call them all friends. Those that are alive, we're still friends to them. And that says a lot, because I tell you, it's harder to stay at a place than it is to get to a place. But that's and then with that has been the support I've got over the years from athletic directors. Ben Carneville hired me. Jim Copeland was an athletic director that really basically saved my job. He ran the interference for me and really helped me get off to the right foot. John Randolph came in, did a great job. He passed away. Barb Wetters jumped in there and was very, very supportive. And then some guy named Driscoll hung around here for a while. I don't know. He was here a long time with me. Really was good. Really good. And now I think right now I can't speak more highly than your present athletic director, Brian Mann. You've got a good one now. But as we got things started, you saw Kevin Rogers on there. He was on my first staff along with Danny Smith, who was still with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Ralph Friedgen, who went on to be head coach of the University of Maryland, Phil Gennaro, who went on to apprentice school. I mean, those guys, it was a hard job, and we'll talk a little bit. Kevin will tell you about that. But then, as the years progressed, I had a really strong nucleus of coaches. Matt Kelchner, who went on to be head coach at CNU. Russ Huseman, who is up at the University of Richmond. Zbig Kepa came in. Those guys were with me, I think, 15, 20 years for a long period of time. And that really created a solid staff and allowed us to accomplish what we needed to accomplish. And we had a lot of highlights. I mean, when I got here and found out that the only place that we could practice was on the old field over there near Eastern State, and then they said, well, that's okay during the season, though you get to practice on the outfield dirt of the baseball diamond, but they park cars there too during the games, and if it rains, we got a good place for you. The William & Mary Hall parking lot. You just got to decide whether offense goes uphill or downhill or whatever, which way you go, and you don't have any meeting rooms and you don't have anything like that. So then all of a sudden I figured, I guess that might be why those other guys turned this damn thing down. That's why I'm still here. But I said, well, I'm here. What we're going to do, we're going to deal in positives. And that's something that I felt pretty strongly about all the way through. We didn't talk about what we don't have. We talked about what we did have, and we did not look for excuses, whether it was with players, whether it was with coaches, anything. We have a great institution, great academics, and we were going to do the best we could. And I don't care what other people could do or not do, who they could recruit or they couldn't recruit. We were going to do things right. We were not going to have excuses. That one thing that bothered me when I first took this job at William & Mary, I used to hear people talk all the time. Say, well, we may have lost to so-and-so school, but we got smarter players than them. But our SATs are higher than what their SATs are. Hell, I don't care. It's what's on the scoreboard that counts. And trying to get that across was a little difficult, but we got it across. And then, we went to the playoffs. We a number of times, won conference championship. We had one year we were the first team, I think, in Division I to have 11 wins and 100% graduation rate. We went to Japan a couple times. In fact, that was probably one of my best coaching jobs, to go to Japan and hold that score to 77-3. That was hard work. And along with that came some other situations that arose about other jobs. Probably the one that that came out a lot in the papers was the Boston College job that I turned down. But I was really glad I did, because I was able to take a 3% pay cut from the school after that. So, and that's true too. I'm telling you that. And then there's some others there too. Waverly Brooks will tell you, one time we're sitting out there in the back fender, AD offered me a job. He wanted me to take it right away. And I said, no, we're going to the playoffs. He said, well, you need to take it. I said, we're not talking anymore. So that one was over. So anyway, that moved on pretty good. And one of the highlights, obviously, was the 2004, national playoff game, semifinal playoff game, when we had played here in Zabel. And, we brought in the portable lights and all that. And that really kind of set things on speed so far as facilities. And a lot of alums would come up to me and say, man, aren't you proud of your facilities now? You got lights? And I said, yeah, it puts us on par with about 98% of the high schools in the country, and then, excuse me, and then the opening of the football center was very, very important. Terry helped me a lot with that. And the president, everybody really helped a lot insofar as doing that and raising money for that. And that made a big difference. And then, and then we had the dedication. The night of that was wonderful. I had about 500 people at that thing. And you see a couple of these guys. I mean, I take a great deal of pride. I mean, I was the only active football coach, I think, in history. I had 2 former players, current head coaches in the National Football League. It don't get much better than that. And the thing is, people ask me about them. I say, yeah, but they'd be successful in whatever they did. And the best thing about them is the type of guys they are. And then, my last game, we were fortunate. I think about 400 former players showed up for that one, and that meant a lot. And the things that people have said obviously have meant a lot. I've gotten a lot of emails. I got a phone. Excuse me. I got a phone call today from Marv Levy. He's 99 years old, and he called me just to congratulate me. So, and again, there's been a lot of things that have reached out and touched me on that. Because the thing finally you say you try to leave a place better than what you found it. And I think if you look at facilities and things like that around here, that's it's no doubt about that. But it's more than facilities, and wins are wins, and you think about that. But it's all about relationships, and the relationships that you have gotten, excuse me, over the years, and have developed with the players and the coaches, and that means so much to me. So let's wrap it up. Let's move over. Thank you very much for this. I appreciate everybody coming out here. Go Tribe.